Now, what I'm doing, you guys know I started that blue zone garden, 2 blue zone gardens in our backyard. So I want to move one of our trees that's in one of our areas that I'm labeling blue zone, and it's a starfruit tree. I want to move it to the south end where it's going to get much more sunlight, and just because that area back there is just strictly blue zone. So let me show you what I'm doing right now. So here's the hole so far that we got. I also pruned our guava tree and our air layers. We have planted those around the house and different areas around the house. We have 2 of them, so we'll have 3 guava trees in total. So there you go. All right, let's go get our starfruit tree. And it's okay if you have a little bit of grass in there. It's only gonna feed your plant. So I know back in the day, I used to try to get all the grass out when I dug holes. I get most of it out and I chop it up, but you have some grass in there, it's only gonna feed your plants. It's okay, just a little bit of grass. I'm gonna tell you this, we're gonna be using these guava leaves as mulch. I can tell you that right now, we're not gonna waste this. So here's our starfruit tree that we will be transplanting right here. Okay, so we got it out the ground. Look at those roots. Ready to find that new home. And just like all our fruit trees, we want it to sit just slightly higher than the base. Look at that. So you see it, we want it slightly higher. So this is pretty good right here. We got it in the ground. It's looking good. It's nice and healthy. So now what we're going to do, we're going to put some cardboard around it just to prevent those weeds. We're going to put some mulch over it, which is going to be a mixture of our guava and probably a little bit of lemongrass on top of it, just for some mulch until we get some more pine bark to put on top of that, and we're good to go. And of course some water. What has always worked for me, I like to put some organic matter down before I put my cardboard box to prevent the weeds on top of it. So I'm using the guava tree that we pruned, and I'm putting that down first, and then we're going to put some cardboard on top of that, and then we're going to put some more organic matter on top of that. Number 2, you guys know I talk about it all the time, I like to stake my trees, my fruit trees, when I put them in the ground, especially when they're a certain height. If they're babies, I will let them go, but once they get to a height like this and I'm putting it in the ground, I like to stake it, only because when hurricane season comes, it's too much work to get the house together, to let alone go around and get all your trees staked properly. So I like to have them staked all year until they're big enough to go on their own. And even then, depending on the hurricane, I'm probably still gonna give them some type of support. Now, starfruits like this, they are tropical trees that do not like the cold. So we're making sure it's like a blanket on the bottom. My little baby out here helping me. So we mulched it really, really well. We're gonna water it in, make sure that base is still clear. Nothing around it, but that outside, we have a blanket around it. And we'll add some pine bark nuggets, or we'll get some leaves when the leaves fall from some of the trees. We'll rake that over, but as of right now, it's warm outside, but that can quickly change. We are in Central Florida, so every now and then we can get a little bit of frost, and I want to make sure this is protected. Yep. Good job, baby. Yep, she's adding all the mulch she can.